Jonathan will be your guide as we head through the Giraffes Wildlife Reserve today. We'll need everybody to stay seated the whole time. We'll be driving through some pretty rough brush. I don't want you to get real bumpy together too, so just make sure you hang on to any loose articles you might have. Hats, camera, sunglasses, cell phones, all that good stuff. So we can't stop for anything to drop once we're on the reserve. This is a photo safari, so take as many pictures as you want. Just make sure you don't call out to those animals. No kissing, whistling noises, nothing like that, because they're actually wild animals and they don't actually know what it means. You might just think you're a little weird, along with the rest of us. All that being said, anybody's first safari today? Yeah. Alright, got like 3 people. Awesome, the same. It's going to be fun. Everybody ready for a safari today? Alright. Like 5 people ready for a safari. Alright, it's going to be great. First up, so we head into the reserves. The Aturi Forest home to some more shy, elusive animals. Usually blend in pretty well with their surroundings because they have camouflage, so keep your eyes peeled as we head through. Actually, on your left, black and white bird. So a saddle-built sort can stand about 5 feet tall, and that's a male. You can tell because he has brown eyes. Males always have brown eyes. Females always have bright yellow eyes. Might be usually it's a female. And on your left is your rhino. Live rhinos can weigh to about 3,000 pounds and about 35 miles an hour too. Due to poaching, there's less than 5,000 of them left in the world. They're hunted for. Their horns are made out of keratin, just like our hair and fingernails. Coming up on the right, chestnut-colored animals are bongos, also known as the ghosts of the forest because they're so shy and elusive.
Yeah, there's a couple right there. You're out for a good feed.
Animal spotting guide above your heads. Are there any of those animals you guys are really excited to see today? If you have any favorites, you can just shout it out.
T-Rex.
T-Rex. I wish, man. Tiger also won't see those. Lions and giraffes. Okay, well maybe those. Maybe those.
Oh my.
Hippopotamus.
Wow, look at that. It's crazy. There's one already.
Oh my god.
Let me see birds, which is about as close as we'll get to a T-Rex. Hippos spend most of their days in the water, usually come out at nighttime to eat and raise. There's vultures hanging around him. He's fine, he's not like dying or anything, he's good. It's just a little symbiotic relationship. They like to pick off and eat all the dead skin cells on hippos back.
It's a big one. Yeah.
Elephants. Coming up on the left, white bird on the island is a pink-backed, well, white birds. They're pink-backed pelicans. They get the name because during mating season, the skin on their backs turns pink. They're actually the smallest pelican species, even though they have a 7 to 9 foot wingspan. How long did it take you to memorize this whole time? Like a few days. You think it'd take much longer, but when you do it all the time, it's so every 20 minutes. Yes, and then you just forget what you're talking about.
I'd love to do that trek, but that's so expensive.
I don't remember what I told you. Way down there, look at Nile crocodiles. They're the largest crocodilian species in the world. Reach about 18 feet long, weigh about 500 pounds. And even though they have short stubby legs, they can run about 10 miles an hour. It's actually faster than this truck can go. You might see a couple hanging out with your mouth open. They do that to regulate their body temperature because they don't have sweat glands, so they don't sweat like we do. with no leaves on it. It's a baobab tree, also called an upside down tree because it looks like it was planted upside down, and called the tree of life because they store huge amounts of water in that trunk, up to about 1,000 gallons.
And that's the fake one. So that's the fake one, isn't it?
As we head through the savannah, might see some of the more famous animals you might know: giraffes, zebra. There's giraffes already. Yeah, I might also see zebras, elephants. Get lucky, see cheetahs, lions. One of you gets like astronomically lucky, T-Rex. But I see an ostrich, which is arguably more terrifying than a T-Rex. And I'm going to see a few giraffes coming up. Just drink and water. The brown animal with the massive horns coming up, bring collie cattle, mostly called Watusi cattle in Africa for the tribe that first domesticated them. It's a honeycomb-like structure inside the huge horn, so not completely solid, still pretty heavy though.
These are massive.
Yeah, you'll see a truck. Well, we should see trucks around. Yeah, there's one coming up way over there. Now the giraffes out there, my side giraffe, you can tell because they have that really messy, irregular pattern on their coats. They're actually the largest giraffe species. Reach about 20 feet tall. When they're first born, they're about 6 feet tall. They do spend most of their days eating. They actually only sleep about 30 minutes every day. So yeah, really big tongue sticking out. It reaches about 18 inches long, so they can look like almost all the way up to your elbow or all the way around your face. I don't know, I wish I knew. Yeah, great guess. Most of the people call them hyenas 24/7, but those are definitely African wild dogs, also called painted dogs. One of the most successful hunters in Africa, even more successful than lions are, because they hunt in pack, but they also chase a prey till exhaustion, which can go for miles and miles.
Miles and miles.
And more cattle off to the left there.
I was going to say like the Nile.
They're getting removed from each other.
Not, well, I mean, they're dormant. Yeah, they're for real, but just, there's nothing in them anymore. And, oh, look at that, there's another giraffe there on the right.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's pretty close.
And there's a baby giraffe coming up. If you look right through that next truck, literally straight through, just.
Oh, there it is.
It's a great look at the coming up. Giraffes actually give birth standing up, so a baby giraffe. Your first moment in this world, it's like a 6-foot drop. What? I wish. She's really curious anyway, so sometimes she does like to come up kind of close to the truck. The tan animals right next to her are actually my favorites on the reserve. Patterson's eland, the largest antelope species in the world. They're each about 6 feet tall, and from a standing position, just jumps 8 feet straight in the air. There's our female back there. Males get over 2,000 pounds. Females stay about 1,200. The eland's on the right. Oh, that's a baby eland. That's a male baby. And coming up also on the right, gonna see a wildebeest up on the hill. White bearded wildebeest, which also go by the name of Gnu, spelled G-N-U, because the noise it makes sounds like Nunu.
So what keeps
Nanner.
some of these animals from going like all the way on the other side?
The cattle guards that we go over. The chains.
Okay.
That's them. And oh, small little tan antelope right there. It kind of looks like a s'mores legs. Is a springbuck, like my second favorite animal on the reserve right there. Only get to be about 3 feet tall, but they earn about 50 miles an hour. They get the name springbuck because they can jump about 6 feet in the air and about 13 feet forward, so they could actually almost jump into this truck if they wanted to. One of my absolute dreams. Yeah,
It's
more
stored
giraffes.
itself forever. Those are big giraffes. That's a ton.
How many giraffes do you have?
Yeah, oh my gosh, that's a good question. Every day I feel like I just drive by and I'm like, they're still not done? It's like an Incredibles 2 and Baby Jack Jack just keeps multiplying. That's what it feels like.
So there's no answer.
No.
Yes, that's, yep. There's all the babies. At this point, probably somewhere in the teens.
So you could just have like a ladder to take it.
Those are the cattle guards. Some of the animals,
Won't walk on them.
yeah. Also, some of them do not like some of the others. Just keep them apart. And, oh, there's a monkey coming up on the left in the trees. That's a mandrill. Same monkey's Rafiki from the Lion King. One of the largest monkey species in the world. They're each about 100 pounds fully grown. With a lot of monkey species, generally bare in the teeth, that's a sign of aggression, but for mandrills it's usually a friendly gesture like a face smile. There's a couple of them. There's a baby swinging in the bushes way back there. Also, there's an elephant on the right, which we're going to see around the corner again.
They're on Metro Express.
That's a male, you can tell because he's all alone. As males mature, they wind up leaving the herd, kicked out because they're too aggressive, so they wind up living by themselves or at least attached to the groups. Oh. Yeah, there he is. When he's fanning himself with those ears, it's going to send blood rushing through those blood vessels, which actually helps him to keep cool. They do have great hearing and parks their ears, so big so probably could have heard us as we were coming into Savannah way earlier. Might actually see more through the red clay pits in a few minutes here, so hang tight, guys. They have barns and different backstage areas, but most of them can stay out whenever they want. The mandrills have, once it gets to like a certain temperature, I think it's like 60 and below, then they have to be pulled inside.
How many square miles?
Square mile, I'm not 100% sure about square mileage. I know you can fit all of Magic Kingdom inside the reserve and still have a little bit of space left over.
I thought it was bigger than that.
Still pretty good size.
No, but I thought it was like Magic Kingdom and like Hollywood Studios or something like that. You could put
I
on.
think that's the whole park, not just the reserve.
Oh, okay.
Many homes, the
How much time or money they invest in
So much.
It's like Jack Jack.
Yep. I've never seen them closed actually ever. Yeah, it's just for the T-Rex. And look at 2 more elephants out there on the left-hand side. Their herds are a matriarchy, so ruled by a single dominant female, which is generally the eldest and the wisest of everybody in the herd. So when they make their migrations at night, they all look to that single female to tell them what to do, where to go, which routes are safest, things like that. And they are near threatened poached for their tusks, which are made out of ivory, also losing their habitats due to the mining of coltan that's found like your cell phone batteries, things like that. So one of the best ways you can help them is just to recycle old electronics. You don't use it anymore.
They actually sell products that only battery and that stuff. Sell batteries that aren't.
It's a pretty great look at her. Almost behind us as we go by. Oh, there's 2 more right there. They can actually eat up to about 300 pounds of food a single day. Drink about 90 gallons of water, too.
Dang.
Yep, and also coming up on the left's going to be a bunch of flamingos. Those are greater flamingos. They're the largest and the lightest pink. They get the coloring from the beta-carotene in the brine shrimp that they eat when they're first born. They're actually gray. If you saw the flamingos on Discovery Island, those are lesser flamingos, the smallest. Group of flamingos is actually called a flamboyance, so the whole flamboyance of flamingos right there.
because they're fabulous.
Now, on your left, above that truck right there, the brown animal is a Bontebok, a relative of wildebeest. At one point, it's actually only around 20 of them left in the whole world. They were hunted for their coats, which were sold on the black market. Luckily, they're doing a little bit better, about in the thousands now. Still not quite as big as they should be, though. But coming up on the right is going to be rhinos. At least one of them looks like. They're white rhinos. They get the name from the Afrikaans term "white" means wide, referring to their lips because they're really wide set and like square shaped.
There's 3 of them.
The group of rhinos is called a crash, probably because they only see about 10 feet in front of their face. They have great hearing and smell, though, so the 2 nearest us could probably just see us. The farther back one definitely couldn't.
That's pretty cool. I think I ever had them come up. That or the giraffe.
There is a cheetah on the left on the hill. Really hard to see where the logs are lying down on the ground. Just scan to the left, you're going to see like pretty much just its head.
Oh, yeah.
They're the fastest land mammals in the world. They were about 60-70 miles an hour, maintaining that speed. About 300 yards too. There's going to be another one coming up in that second yard. There's actually 2 in the second yard. Look like almost as soon as that yard starts out in the grass over there. A little bit easier to see.
If we do that, you'll probably have to give it points of passage.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
But I don't care. I'd love to ride. I'm happy to do it.
No, we're doing flight to passage, but I don't think flight to passage is going to be. Well, what time's the park close? I'm sure like, you can probably get into the line up here. There, if it's almost 8 o'clock. No, that's where the lions normally are. There aren't any lions right now. Probably off keeping cool.
Okay, it looks like there's more rhinos coming up on the right.
More or the same ones? Rhinos.
And there's a lion coming up on the left. Way to back the rocks where the grass gets kind of tall back there. He's lying down. You can see his back from here.
Rhinos are more interesting.
Yeah.
They're molting or something.
Now, lions spend most of their days rest in about 16 and 20 hours a day and do their hunting. At
Is it sad
nighttime,
that
it's the females that do the hunting
most
actually stay
amount
to
of
protect the
steps
cubs.
have had it said?
Because they spend so much time just sleeping, they're actually only awake for about 3 years of their lives. And the Swahili word for lion is Simba, so all lions, male, female, doesn't actually matter. They are all Simbas.
It's gonna be a hard one to beat.
Yeah. I think Epcot Day you might be able to do it.
Great, look at more rhinos here off to your right. And ostrich eggs on the right on the ground, which are a little bit bigger than chicken eggs, weigh about 3 pounds a piece. You could probably lay on them, they wouldn't break. If you tried to boil one, it'd take you about 3 hours, because one ostrich egg is actually about 2 dozen chicken eggs. Oh yeah, see ostrich way back there, closest we'll get to a T-Rex. It's about as scary.
Yeah.
Largest bird in the world. They can't fly, but they can run about 40 miles an hour. And that's a female. You can tell she's more gray. Males get a real deep jet black color. And yes. Yes.
It's almost over.
Looks like we are approaching the outskirts of the reserve, so our time is near to close for today, but definitely come on back if you get the chance. No two safaris are ever the same animals. Definitely make sure that if you want to help any of those animals you've seen today, you can donate directly to the Disney Conservation Fund at any of the merchandise locations around the park, and Disney will match your donation dollar for dollar. I have the Wilderness Explorers on board. You guys are all missing the one. Some, of course, is the Swahili word for lion. One is English for one. If you're looking for anything to do in and around the Harambe area, definitely check out Festival of the Lion King. Show times for that are going to be every hour from now until 6, and it's located at the Harambe Theater, so we're on the outskirts of the village.
Like he said. Quiet, everyone have a wild adventure out there today. Stay safe, have fun, stay hydrated. And as you heard the word, you are riding the